So you're learning a new language? You need this fail-proof mindset. It's really simple. There he goes. Aim for daily progress instead of fluency. You need to appreciate the baby steps you make every single day. Establish a routine you can sustain and never give up. The problem is this: fluency is a really vague concept. Yet, many people see it as a language learning ideal and they're so anxious to get there as fast as possible. If you focus too much on the end goal of something as vague as fluency, you're kind of setting yourself up for failure. Fluency doesn't happen on a specific date. In fact, you probably won't even realize that you've reached it. Plus, once you do reach fluency, you'll still have so much to learn. But if you focus on getting a little better every day, daily progress does add up to become fluency, and it makes the whole process a lot more enjoyable. In this post, we'll show you how aiming for progress instead of fluency is a game changer. The importance of consistency. Consistency is crucial to be successful in language learning. You know how sometimes you start to play a video game or read a book, but then stop for a few weeks for whatever reason and you lose interest? It's not because you didn't like it, it's because you lost your momentum and you don't feel like catching up. The same is true with language learning. Consistency is essential. I mean, how many times did you skip when learning your mother tongue? Think about that. Make a routine and form a habit. The best way to be consistent in language learning is to form a habit and stick to a routine. When you're just starting out, it will be difficult to be consistent because language learning is anything but a habit. It is said that it takes at least 21 days to form a simple habit, but we recommend being particularly consistent for at least 6 weeks. It will be harder in the first few weeks, but once that habit is formed, language learning will become an integrated part of your life. But how to form a habit? In order to make a habit of language learning, use timing to your advantage. Base your learning activities around the same time of day. Set yourself reminders on your phone for certain things and associate learning time with aspects of your life that are already part of your existing routine. For example, you could practice with Wino for 30 minutes before breakfast, listen to audiobooks on your way to work, and watch 20 minutes of television after dinner. If you associate learning activities with things that are already part of your life, it will eventually start to feel strange not to do them. Make small but sustainable changes. Often enough, people are looking to lose weight and turn their lives completely upside down within a few days. They spend hours at the gym drastically and completely stop eating all their favorite foods and count every single calorie. They end up feeling hungry, tired, and grumpy. Having all those good intentions is great. But the problem is that most often than not, when they do lose the weight, they start to slowly get back in their old habits. And what happens then? It's better to make smaller but sustainable changes than to turn your life completely upside down and give up in a few weeks. It should be a marathon, not a sprint. You'll see that weeks add up fairly quickly. Establishing momentum. Establishing some kind of momentum and sticking to a routine is primordial. Of course, the more hours you can realistically put in, the better. It all depends on your language learning goal, but just make sure it can reasonably fit in your lifestyle. Consistency wins over quantity in the long run. If you have 5 hours a week to dedicate, make sure to spread it over 6 or 7 days instead of cramming it all in one afternoon. It will be a lot more effective. It's all a matter of creating that healthy balance. Conclusion. Progress gives you motivation, and motivation gives you progress. It's important to never stop making progress in the language, because if you stop learning or using the language for too long, motivation tends to fade away. And once the motivation is gone, you'll have to work harder to get the ball rolling again. Set yourself small, realistic goals every day and keep at it. The reward of daily consistency will give you the much-needed motivation to keep going, and it will ensure that you succeed in your language learning quest. If you're interested in learning a new language, we've combined everything we know from years of language acquisition and research to create an awesome language learning method. Please check out our website to learn more. You can find us at wino.com. That's OUINO.com. Thanks a lot. Until next time.